everyone, and welcome. I really appreciate you taking some time to join me today. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Now, if you're like me, there are two things you want most in this life: world peace and a flat belly. Now, there's not much we can do about the first one, is there? But the good news is we can get those flat abs. And today I'm going to tell you about some non-workout things you can do to lose that belly fat. The first and most important thing you should do is to subscribe to this channel. You do that and you would have taken the first step toward getting the abs of your dreams. On a serious note though, you took a look in the mirror and you just didn't like what you saw. Those love handles, that bulging belly. We feel you and you're not alone. Fat in the belly is a big problem for many people. Not only is it aesthetically displeasing, but there are some very serious reasons why it is best to get rid of that fat as soon as possible. Now, there are two types of fat in the body. There's the subcutaneous fat, which is the fat that sits just underneath the skin. And then there's a more harmful type, the visceral fat. This fat surrounds your internal organs. It is very stubborn and very difficult to get rid of. And sometimes even after losing some weight, the visceral fat in the belly just won't go away. Before we go any further, I need to say that this video is by no means intended to cause anyone to feel bad because of having fat in the abdominal area. We are well aware that some people who have a large belly may have tried everything to get rid of it, but because of genetics or some hormonal or medical issue, they've had no success. That fact is not lost on us, and we feel your pain. But for the majority of people, they may have developed large amounts of visceral fat because, for one, they have a very poor diet which is high in processed and sugary foods, and they do not exercise. For some males, consuming too much alcohol may have caused them to gain weight around their midsection. Stress can also be a contributing factor to your developing a huge belly. There's some evidence that suggests that your genetics can also play a role in your developing this problem. But more than that, environmental factors and behaviors can also play a role in the likelihood of your becoming obese, such as being in a home where everyone is eating unhealthy foods or are not very active. And not getting enough sleep has also been linked to weight gain and an excess of belly fat. Whatever the cause of your belly fat may be, I don't need to tell you that having fat in your belly around your vital organs, aside from the little that is needed to protect your organs, is not a good thing. Having this fat increases your risk of developing serious diseases such as heart disease or getting heart attacks, getting high blood pressure, getting a stroke, developing type 2 diabetes, developing breast cancer or colon cancer, and even dementia. But don't worry, around here, we don't waste our energy complaining about things we can change. So let's take a look at 7 methods you can use to reduce belly fat and to get that flat stomach, shall we? First up, you should eat more fiber-rich foods. You know how your mother always said eat your vegetables? Well, it turns out mothers are always right. What do you know? Because if you're trying to lose belly fat and increase the health of your gut, one very effective thing you can do is to include fiber-rich foods in your diet. And fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes are all significant sources of fiber. Fiber aids with weight loss and getting your stomach flat because it is that part of your food which you cannot digest. It swells in your stomach when it absorbs liquid, so it keeps you feeling full for longer. Also, soluble fiber slows down the rate at which sugars and fats enter your bloodstream, thereby giving you a steady supply of energy throughout the day. And this reduces the need for you to snack constantly, and thus you avoid gaining weight. Fiber also keeps the digestive system functioning properly as it acts to clean the digestive tract, and this leads to you having that slimmer looking stomach. So if you wish to get that flat stomach, begin by stocking up on your fruits, your vegetables, and your whole grain foods. It is advised that women should aim to have 30 grams of fiber daily, and for men, up to 40 grams. The next point is that you should know your carbs. Now, many dieting fads will tell you that if you wish to lose weight or belly fat, you need to remove carbs from your diet. But carbohydrates are important in order for the body to have energy. And not all carbs are unhealthy. In fact, there are some carbohydrate-rich foods which can actually aid with weight loss and reducing belly fat. Yes, you heard me correctly. Healthy carbs such as grains like oatmeal, quinoa, all types of legume, fruits such as bananas, cherries and blueberries and apples, vegetables like broccoli and spinach, and whole grain foods such as breads and pasta, just to name a few things, are great sources of good carbs, which you can consume as they're high in dietary fiber and low in sugar. So they'll give your body the energy it needs while helping you to control your weight and to lose the fat in your belly. On the other hand, when you eat refined carbs such as white bread and white rice, for example, the body transforms those carbs into glucose, and when you consume more glucose than you need, your body stores the excess as fat. So yes, if you wish to reduce the amount of fat around your midsection, you should definitely increase your good carbs and limit your consumption of the refined ones. Now here's another point that some people might find a little bit difficult to digest, but if you're serious about reducing belly fat, you must eliminate your sugary drinks from your diet. There's just no getting around it, because excess sugar is one of the main drivers of weight gain, especially in your abdominal area. And one of the biggest sources of sugar in your diet is the sugar that you get from what you drink. Yes, I know that soda and sweetened fruit juice are irresistible. I know that your cup of tea and your coffee is just so much more enjoyable with sugar. But having sugary or high-calorie beverages will give you few or no nutrients, and drinking them will only cause you to take in extra calories. That sugar is great when you're taking it in, but you won't like the end results, which is excess weight, especially that visceral fat in your abdomen. But don't worry, there's some delightful alternatives to those sugary drinks. For example, if you're having fruit juice, try making your own fruit juice instead of purchasing the sugar-filled juice at the store. And do not add any sugar to your homemade fruit juice, or you may just have the whole fruit instead of fruit juice. Try to limit or eliminate milk and sugar from your coffee and tea. Instead, you may add some lemon to your tea, or in order to add a little sweetness to your coffee, you could try some cinnamon, some vanilla extract, or some honey in your coffee instead of sugar. Try replacing your soda with fruit-flavored sparkling water, or infuse your water with some fruits or herbs to add flavor. And nothing beats or replaces good old water. Drinking water helps to metabolize the fat that is stored in your body, and it helps you to burn calories. Water can also serve as an appetite suppressant because it takes up space in your stomach and it keeps you full. Also, when you're dehydrated, your thirst can be mistaken for hunger pangs, so you may end up eating even more. So if you wish to get rid of belly fat, make sure you're staying hydrated. The next point you need to remember is that you should increase your protein intake. Did you know that people who consume high quality proteins have a lower percentage of abdominal fat? Protein aids with reducing belly fat because it boosts your metabolism. Protein has what is known as a high thermic effect, which is the amount of calories or energy that your body uses in order to digest, absorb, or metabolize the food you eat. Simply put, because your body has to work harder to break down the protein you eat, you'll be using more energy and burning more calories in this process. So up to 30% of the calories you get from protein will be used for digestion and for metabolism. This reduces the amount of calories that will be left over for storage as fat in the body. Protein reduces your appetite by up to 60% because protein takes a longer time to break down and to be digested than, for example, carbohydrates. Therefore, protein keeps you feeling full and satisfied for a longer time, thereby preventing you from eating too much calories throughout the day. Taking in protein also aids with building and repairing muscle, and having good muscle mass aids with weight loss, and it helps you to remain slender because you will have to burn more calories in order to maintain your muscle tissue, even when you're at rest. So this in effect leads to a flat belly. So stock up on your good protein today. Make sure you're having your eggs, your nuts, milk, fish, and your lean meat, just to name a few. Now, as we said before, consuming alcohol can lead to a large belly, especially in men. One reason for this is because alcohol contains additional sugar. For example, one beer contains as much calories as a soda. Not only does alcohol have high amounts of calories, but it increases your appetite, causing you to eat even more than you normally would. Furthermore, when you consume alcohol, your liver prioritizes burning that alcohol instead of burning any fat that you may have stored. So not only did you just consume more calories in the alcohol, but you haven't burned the fat that was there before, so you're gaining even more weight. Some men who consume alcohol may develop a large belly because too much alcohol and aging leads to a change in hormones, which can lead to a storage of excess fat in the belly. Without exercise to keep their core strong and a high caloric diet, a person can gain weight rapidly in the abdominal area. For these reasons, someone who's trying to lose excess abdominal fat should really monitor their alcohol intake. Now, if you're looking for more reasons to sleep, here's one. Getting enough sleep can aid you if you wish to maintain a healthy weight and to get a flat stomach. You need to ensure that you're getting enough sleep. Now, when you do not get enough sleep, this affects the hormones that regulate your appetite, and it causes you to eat more. A lack of sleep can also lead to depression, which can also lead to overeating or emotional eating. So if you're serious about reducing the size of your belly, make sure you're getting enough high quality sleep. Try these things. Make sure that you're exercising regularly, as this will aid you to sleep well. Avoid consuming alcohol or caffeine before or too close to bedtime. And remove electronics from your bedroom. Make sure you're sleeping in a quiet, dark space in order to increase the quality of your sleep. You need to also reduce your stress. Now, there's an association between stress and several health issues. These issues include weight gain, which may occur because some people are prone to eat more when they're stressed. Whenever you're in a high pressure or a dangerous situation, your body releases the hormone cortisol. This hormone creates a surge of energy for fight or flight by metabolizing the fat and the carbohydrate that you've stored. While this is essential for protecting yourself from danger, it causes an increase in your appetite and your cravings for sweet and salty foods, while at the same time slowing down the amount of calories that you burn so that the body can store this for use later. This leads to your gaining more weight, and you guessed it, much of that weight will be stored in the belly. So if you wish to reduce the size of your tummy, it is essential that you try to reduce your stress levels. So in summary, here's a recap of what you need to do in order to lose belly fat. You should eat fiber-rich foods. You should stock up on your good carbs. Eliminate sugary drinks from your diet. Increase your intake of good quality protein. Reduce your alcohol consumption. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, and reduce your stress levels. We hope this information was helpful to you in your quest to lose that stubborn belly fat. Do you have an issue with fat in your abdomen? Please share in the comment section what your challenge has been. Have you had success in getting rid of belly fat? Please be kind enough to share with us so we can learn from each other what exactly you did to get rid of your belly fat. Now, one other very important thing that people can do in order to lose belly fat is to exercise regularly. And in our next video, we're going to look at some exercises which are aimed specifically at strengthening the core, and reducing belly fat. So please subscribe so you will not miss any of our content. I thank you so much for your company today, and I'll see you in the next one.